Alerts. Got some alerts. Some people come in. What's up, Doug? Morning, all. My coffee, man. Get it a little early here. Let's see.
Your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Yes. Others. All right, man. So, I mean, Qs are at a 77 RSI, man. So this is what a top looks like. It doesn't mean short it, unless you're young and rather immature. Ultra aggressive and gonna a very short lease on that. Yeah, I wouldn't be thinking shorting. I would be thinking taking some money off the table if you have some here. But I'm even okay. We're on. Thought I had the sound muted. So, what do we do here, man? I began taking down the small TQ trade that I still had open. Taking down ARK funds that were in the swing trade column. Not buy and hold, of course. If I ever take down buy and hold, I try to, state very clearly, this is buy and hold, this is this is that. So let's look at ARK funds. So if you're in the Qs, man, I'd be very careful buying things here, okay? And that comes down, they're all coming down. So we see, ARK's been a little more controlled. So that's good. Maybe the big ones will just hold back. Doesn't mean it has to come down. The stage 3 can start. So I can't remember if I posted that video yesterday or not. There's our pivot point. That's our anchor point. That's obviously the highest level on the RSI. So about that point, I'm drawing sideways, right? And if you look, that level's held, man. So it went exactly where I would have thought it would go. I mean, we're playing with horseshoes and hand grenades here. This isn't exact, but look, it's right there, right? So it's stopping in that little zone where we would have thought it would have stopped. And so I anticipate sideways movement. The ARK looks pretty good. I mean, maybe it could pull back into one of these levels here, but that would be okay, right? Let's see. US, if you have a position in it, the more I read into them, the more I just want to run away. Well, be careful what you're reading. Most people's opinions. 2 websites I would completely avoid is Seeking Alpha, all bullshit, and all bullshit. All bullshit. It's just people that write shit to get clicks. And zero hedge. If you're reading those two, you're brain dead. Like you're just, that's it. No, I mean that's a stage one. Let's look at tip ranks, US. Yeah. I mean, a little bit of upside. I mean, that doesn't get me excited. I definitely cut it back, man. I don't know. I mean, they got $32, which is right here. You're playing a pretty small game. So you got a fundamental value of $32, which is where it's bounced off twice. I don't know. If I'm doing a growth momentum stock, I really want to see 50% upsides, man. You know, if it's a dividend stock, you're not going to get 50% upsides, but what am I thinking about? Of course I'm in PSFE. I picked it. Why are you guys questioning my own picks? Yeah, man. So here's the difference. So if we look up PSFE, let's look up PSFE, you impatient bastards. What does it say? Strong buy, 43% upside. We're in a stage one. We're going to hold it. Now, what happens if the market gets hit and pulls back? Here's what will happen. People will be like, what do you think about SF? You know, you'll ask me about this, and I'll say the whole market's coming down. So if the whole market's coming down, all stocks are coming down. Even the ones you own. So if the Qs pull back, guess what? This will pull back. That's how it works. Why it's super important to follow oil, gold, the S&P, technology, the indexes, not just the stocks that you own. You want to follow the indexes that correspond to that stock because it might make total sense that it's pulling back. It might make total sense because the whole damn market's pulling back. So you would expect your stock that has 50% upside to pull back with it. That's going to be okay. And if the whole market's pulling back, why would I dump my portfolio? That doesn't make any sense. But if you have one individual stock that's not performing well, that's a different conversation. Right? Yeah, people are weird, man. People get in the market and then they're shocked it pulled back. And it's like, I mean, you know, this is how it works, right? Runs up, pulls back, runs up, pulls back. It's not changing that because you got in. So, and let's say you just started trading with me today. Do you think it's possible over the next couple weeks we could have a down market? And that would have no reflection on the money flow. It's just that the timing that in which you got in, it pulled back. So let's say you were brand new to the market and you start taking some positions, you know, over in here. And then it pulls back in here and you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, well, guess what? That's it. That's how it moves, man. It runs up, it pulls back, it runs up, it pulls back, it runs up. Do you think it's logical it could pull back and it'd be just fine and then it'll run up? That's how it works. And it'll do this for the rest of your life. And, you know, if you bought up in here, you're going to get a pullback. It works the same in real estate. I get people all the time, they want to wait on a cycle. Wait on what? A little 5-10% pullback? If 10%'s doing something for you, you're in a tight spot, man. I don't care if a house is 10% higher or 10% lower. That's not affecting the deal, man. Not if you're playing it for a long time. Now, bonds, I think I'm the only person on human earth that's been talking about this trade, and my target was $28. We hit it yesterday. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one talking about the bond trade. I'm pretty sure none of you own bonds at all. If you did, I'd be shocked. So let's go to the Peters report. Because it's not sexy, man. It's not Tesla. It's not, you know, it's not a penny stock. So it doesn't get people going. Let's see. So bonds are one of these things that I just follow all the time. It's super important. So this is one reason I said there's no way I would short this. Why? Because bonds are flying, dude. That's good. It means interest rates are coming down. That's good for stocks. So if you come over here to page 26 of the Peters report, I follow bonds. Now I use the TMF because it's a 3 times leveraged fund. So what have we been saying? The target is $28. Target's $28. Why? That was the previous box that it built over here. Okay. So as we go through learning to read these charts, we know what to look for. Any of that confuses you, should pre-order. Says he loves buying. Yeah. So we're hitting that, coming right into it. And let me back this up for a second. Maybe we'll get a better picture here. Let's see. Let's go to 1224. So if you look, what I was looking for, a couple things. This little stage 1 zone we had here that didn't last is exactly where price is coming into. And so those zones, those boxes become future points of reference. I'm recording a bunch of videos for this course, so I keep thinking that I put them on Instagram or YouTube, and I keep quoting, but I haven't. And in the video that I was recording yesterday, I was talking about this. In the future, when this broke, this will become something we have to contend with in the future. Meaning as it broke down and kept going lower, when it does eventually come back up, it's going to stop at each of these levels on the way up, man. Get what I'm saying? So we want to catalog. You want to remember these. That's a little box. It came down. That was a little box. And you say, well, okay, well, what happened? Look, straight across. It held it for a minute. Those box areas are going to hold it up. And then once it broke through, what does that mean? We're going to the next one. What if we break through that one? We're going to the next one. What if we break through that one? I assume we're going to the next one. But what if it breaks down? Then I assume we're going back down to the next one. So as we begin to plot these, we can all, we don't know for certainty, but it gives us a way to approach it with certainty, right? Nibble or close. No, why would you close all of it? Fuck you. Why would you close all of it? It's going straight fucking up. No, do not close all of the trade. It's going up. Why would you close something going up? Oh, I don't want to make any more money. I think I'll just take this and go. No more money for me, please. I don't want any more. What if it just keeps going, man? What if it goes to 55 and you closed it at 28 being greedy? So don't be greedy, man. It's okay if this pulls back. This trade may play out for another year, man. It may play for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Get your shit together, man. Trying to help you make money. So we want to let runaways run. How else are we going to get 1,000% returns? How are you going to get 1,000% if you don't let it go? So take your money off. This is position sizing. We want to scale in, scale out. And then once we have a little bit, just let it be. You don't need to worry about it. That's how you play AMC, right? You take your profit off, you let the rest run. If it pulls back, good. We can do it again. So bonds are never something you're getting all the way out of. You trade this for the rest of your fucking life. You trade this thing every day. Every day from here forth for the rest of your life, you watch this. Because this is directly tied to the rest of the damn stock market. If this is going down, your stocks are going down. Likely. Your tech stocks. Depends on where interest rates are, though, man. Get what I'm saying? Depends on where the interest. This is all tied to interest rates. When you start understanding bonds, you're going to take your trading to a new level. Because you're going to understand interest rates and how they interact with what stock is this I just joined. Man, you should fucking know by looking at it, dude. You should go 2873. Oh, that's obviously the TMF, 20-year Treasury Bull times 3. Come on, Dimitri, get your shit together. Should have already known that. You're long bonds. So we see Tesla pulling back. So all these tech stocks are fixing to pull back, man. All of them. All connected, just like my man said. How's Uber looking? Uber's fixing to go down. What did I tell you? They're all fixing to go down. Tech is overbought, baby. Yeah, my position in Uber's completed. But if we go down, I'm not selling any. I'm buying more. But I'm not going to buy it unless, where would be the target on Uber? Previous low, right? So right here. So if tech sells off, expect Uber to come right into here and stop. And that would be perfectly normal. Be perfectly normal. This little move down would be perfectly normal because we're going to sell it up here. Get it? We're going to sell it up here. Why? It's worth a lot more money. Uber's got a, what, $172 target on it. I mean, $72. Shit, I wish $172. Thought in LAPD. As in the police department? Let's see. LAPD. I would avoid the LAPD. Seem like guys that might mess with you. This one's Ubered. They're fucking with you, bro. Yeah, let's look at coin. Coin should be on the move. I'm taking it. Bitcoin's breaking out. All right, we got a little problem with coin though. It is tied to the tech space, but we'll see. It's technically on a stage 2. I know we're in Riot too. Riot's looking better. Steadily moving higher. Let's check in on Bitcoin. Ethereum's the one that's on the move though. Let's see. USD. So we got a little breakout going in Ethereum. We need to close above this. We really need to close above this. I mean, we started to, and now we're just hanging here. But this is, bullish. See if we can get up into this 28 level. I would not be buying any of these tech stocks right now, man. No. I would not buy. It's going straight down. Hanselman, buy more IDEX. I'm going to assume, bro, you have not read my book. Because you ask totally wrong questions. Nobody, everyone on planet Earth knows I wouldn't tell you not to buy this. This is going straight fucking down. So you want to sell stocks that are going straight up, and you want to buy stocks going straight down. You got to get your shit together, dude. On the real. You don't sell stocks going straight up. You don't buy stocks going straight down. You're doing it ass backwards. You got to wait until this thing stops dropping. Puts in a box. It's got to stop and start to go sideways. And this RSI is going to be extreme. Going to be extreme. That's it. You got to get your shit together, man. Let's see. My man says, do you think Investopedia is a good place to learn the basics of economics and what influences the market? Yeah, probably not bad. I'd read my free ebook first, where we talk about the business cycle. He's all right, man. I didn't buy no FIG tokens. Was it FEG? Yeah, this is disappointing. I'm in this stock, so we'll see if it holds. I like it. I still like the stock. I haven't sold any. A lot of these penny stocks, depends on the stock. I don't sell them off just because they sell off. You can. Let's see. What do we got on now? We got one guy that likes it. That's the problem with a lot of these penny stocks. I mean, you want to keep these small. So, when I buy a penny stock, it's usually 1% of my portfolio, maybe 2 if I really like it, or I think it's a legit player, a contender to be high. Maybe I'll have 2. There's no need to analyze Zillow. It's going down, except it's holding, looking good. So best case scenario for us is the Qs just kind of hold in this area and we start to go sideways. This is our pivot point day. This is, so you hear me talk about the extreme point or pivot points, anchor points, all basically the same. That's your anchor point. So from here forth, I'd be looking for it to go sideways. So if it goes up tomorrow, I would do it again. I'd draw it and I'd look for it to go sideways. And what we're looking for is this right here. That's going to play out. What you see happening right here is after a big move runs up, then it goes sideways. That's what we're looking for to happen here. It's going to go sideways. Now, it could then go down. So if the box breaks, it would go down, right? And where's it going to go? Where it was before. So if this one breaks and it goes down, where's it going to go? Where it was before. I just assume that. That's my assumption. So if a guy wanted to play short, that would be your target. To me, that's silly with bonds ripping higher. I don't know. I just can't see myself getting short. Get what I'm saying? And so these are just rules. Now, it's either going to go sideways long enough that it could then break out, which would be cool. So best case scenario, the Qs just move sideways. And some of these stocks can play, some of them won't. And we'll get kind of a mixed bifurcated market where stock picking becomes important. And then we'll start to rip again next leg higher. Yeah, most of these Dow stocks are like, let's look at Caterpillar. Let's get in these. This is a stage one. Classic, right out of the book, money flow stage one. So, you can just come over here to annotate. Feels weird. I've been recording videos for this shit all week, so I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I haven't been live in a week. Look, right? So this is our general zone. These are hand grenades, right? There's our RSI. So this is our anchor point, pivot point, extreme point, whatever you want to call it here. And so we expect everything from here to go sideways, just like we did up here where you expect, same as top as bottom, right? So we expect it to go sideways. So here's the box being built. But this has got to hold, man. This has got to hold. So I think you could nibble in here on some of these. Unless we're fixing to have a bigger correction. But I think you could nibble on these. What type of account should I keep my dividend stocks in for tax purposes? Well, there's only two options. One is you're going to pay taxes on the dividends. Two, to tax shelter them in a Roth or a traditional or maybe a SEP IRA if you're self-employed. I have all mine sheltered. We tried to get back into UTSL. I'm in this trade. If the market pulls back, I fully anticipate this going up. The other thing, well, let's look at the XLU. That's a better. Always try to look. This is a triple leverage utility fund, but let's look at the regular. See, it's breaking out. And if, the pullback zone, let's back this up a little bit. I have all my dividend stocks tax sheltered. You probably could sit down with a financial planner who could give you a better way, maybe doing it. It depends on your job, how much money you make. There's a lot of things that come into play when you start looking at the best way to handle your money. So like I like tax deductions because I pay a lot of taxes. So I like to shelter my shit so that as I put money in, I get a little bit of a deduction. If you're not a high income earner, then the Roth is probably the way to go. But if you're a high income earner, so look, see that zone? Price sold off. Where did it stop? Where it went before. So where do we anticipate this going to in here? This takes too much money. This is $64 a share. Too much money. So if we go to the UTSL, triple leverage fund, each dollar gives you $3. So we could go from 29 to 33. That's what we're looking for. $33, $34. What do you think about hyperinflation? I don't really think we're in hyperinflation. We are definitely in an inflationary period. We're always in an inflationary period. Stocks are an inflationary hedge. So you want to own assets that produce cash flow, which is businesses, right? You want to own businesses. You want to own, which is stocks. Like owning a business, stocks is owning a anything in limited supply too. Your baseball cards, art, land, things like that are going to go up. The more they print money, the more it goes up. Come on, man. Doing the deed. Come on. Are we doing that? Yes, we are. Come on, man. Never buy IPOs. Never, 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 ever buy IPOs. Ever. Ever. All IPOs suck ass. Do not ever buy IPOs. Why? Because there is no money flow. We can't see the money flow. There isn't. And they almost always go down. I feel like a broken record. I say this every IPO that's popular. Do not buy it. Like, why are you so mean? I'm like, I'm not. I'm Just trying to save you from being stupid. Do not buy these stocks at IPO. You have to wait. Drop it down to a 1 hour. If you just have to play, drop it down to a 1 hour. And now you're going to start to see the money flow. Look, all the indicators appeared now on money flow. So would we buy this? Maybe you call that a stage 4, maybe. I'd like to see it turn up. Yeah, man, basketball cards, baseball cards, anything that you can. I mean, that's just the cost of them printing money, man. Wish I knew shit about baseball. I don't know shit about it. Young says, hey, Gerald, I tried reaching out to you via Instagram and email to purchase the Money Flow book. Just click my bio link, bro. There's a PayPal link. I've read both free books, which are great. Let me know. Yeah, if you email me, we'll get to it. It's been really busy, man. I got 3 open properties. I got 1 property I'm selling and 1 property I'm trying to buy. All of that's going on in the midst of the market, and I'm trying to put out a new course, and I was trying to have it ready by Friday. That day is closing in on me fast. I've been recording 2 videos a day, writing all day, and then working on houses at night. 14-hour days are getting long. I own 5K worth of Pokemon cards. Okay, that's kind of cool. Will you keep adding to yen in stage 1s or enough Chinese? Yeah, I'm looking to add to some more yen. I'm just hadn't had the funds yet, except it looks pretty awful right now. It's probably more like a stage 4 decline here. I'm giving it a little room. We're definitely losing on this trade. But look, it's still below the 200-day. So you want to look at the FXI, which is the Chinese index. A lot of problems in China. So I'm going to give this a little room, man. Give this a little room. It says, what's the new course about? Man, it don't even matter. You should just buy it because you're not greedy. $40. Does it fucking matter? Spent $40 on 2 hamburgers yesterday. And fries. It don't even matter what it's about. You're going to get more out of it than I did those 2 hamburgers. Oh, we got to start looking at how we spend our money, right? Let's look at AI. They're all coming down, man. A lot of these tech stocks are coming down because technology is overbought, so we'll see. I spent $40 on hamburgers. And the guy sends me a message and says, hey, man, would you take... He wants me to lower the price. Fuck out of here. Just in my... So gold, we're getting long gold. Do you see what we're seeing? Seriously, my new thing now. I get people that do that. They try to get you the. It's like you're talking to the author of the book, fucking Greek bastard. How can you, as a grown man, contact another grown man and say, hey, I know your book's 40. Would you take 20? And not think they don't want to punch you in the face. Look, you're not at the store talking to a complete stranger or the car. See, the car salesman didn't make the car. He doesn't have any vested interest other than it's his job to sell cars. But if you went directly to Ford and go, hey, I know you just produced this new car and you've spent all your time, energy just pouring into it, but I think it's worth half of that. Could you take $20? It's so fucking rude. I can't comprehend it. It is rude, man. It blows my mind. But they do it. They think that's being frugal. That's not being frugal. That's being an asshole. 2 different things, man. So here's gold. I would get it if it was $5,000. We're talking $40, man. I don't know what. Costs twice that to go to Wet and Wild. It just blows my mind, dude. Yep. So we're on the gold trade, right? We see it. You see the pattern. sideways, although this was a stage 2 sideways, but we're still seeing the pattern within the pattern, right? So there's our anchor point right in here. It came back into the box, super bullish. Everything's rolling over. I love this gold trade, man. Breaking out. So we started adding back over in here after taking off gold up in here. Not all, I took off some. So I think I downsized it to about half UGO. And that was just because it just barely made it back to the 200. Now we're coming in again. So we're back to the bread and butter. There, it's below the 200 day, man. This is what got me so excited about. This is what has me excited about the bond trade. So if we look at the bond trade, the reason I was excited is look how far below the 200-day average we were, man. When that sets up like that, let's back this up. Look at that. Look how below we were. I mean, these are extreme lows. So, I mean, so far away. Look how far away. That is not a normal occurrence, okay? So we're starting to see that in China, FXI. Starting to see the Chinese pulling away. So let's back this one up. Look, you don't see that very often. Most of the time, they're running the opposite way, right? They're bouncing off of the 200. But now in the Chinese stock, we're well below it. So, no, I am not cutting this position. If it goes lower, good. I'm going to buy some more. The target and the goal is the, oh, you're right, is the 200 here. Minimum. I mean, well, it's higher than that. The target's up here. But I like this. Just play. We got in newsletter, adding to it. Yeah. Good one. Worried about the splits. Didn't even put this ticker, bro. Yeah, I would buy this before a split. Send back my book, dude, if you have it. Stop fucking talking to me. Just wasted my time writing it. Well, obviously, I'm just wasting my time. This, you do not buy this. Ever. You remember when Apple was going to split and I was saying, do not buy this. I get it. It's going to split. That's all fucking shell games. So that's like me going up to you going, hey, dude, I'll give you 4 quarters for $1. And you go, oh, that's good. I'll have 4 tokens. It's still $1. So if you have 8 shares of this and they do a 4-for-1 split, right? Now you got what? Now you got 32 shares. Congratulations. It's still the same value. Nothing changed. So it's on a fucking 80 RSI. So if you buy that, never speak to me ever again, ever. Seriously, do not ever talk to me. I don't want friends like you. I have to control my people around me, dude. If I get people around me doing dumb things, I don't want to hang out with them. This would be severely dumb. And let me prove it to you. Just take this annotation, talk about this in the new course, and just go around, and every time you see the RSI extreme, you tell me what happens. What happens? Down it goes. So where do you think this is fixing to go? These are all idiots, dude, buying this stock right now. These are, I mean, I have no other word for you. These are idiots buying this stock. And it'll pull back and it'll come down into here, and then you could buy it at $30 or whatever they cut it back to. You could start picking up shares and then ride it up by just being patient and having fucking discipline and a strategy that you follow. That's it. That's all you got to do. Have discipline and a strategy that you follow. So no, we don't buy splits just because they're splitting. That's, dude, I'm telling you, that is amateur hour, man. That's for kids and shit. No pro is doing that. No professionals going, oh my God, I can get 4 more shares now. Nobody's doing that. Now, does that mean it's easier to buy and it can go up? Yeah, I get it. But it, you know, you can buy partial shares now. So what's the difference? Yeah, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, you know, maybe it keeps going. Doubt it. It's going to pull back. I promise you, you'll get this stock cheaper. Promise you. Especially when you're looking at technology. Overbought, dude. That's what that green is screaming right now. Let's see. Is Kramer promoting this? Oh my God. Man, Kramer, his books are so good. It shocks me. He was also telling people not to buy Exxon at like $30. Stop trying to get GP banned from IG with them. I know, I better watch what I say. Let's see. Um, no worries, man. Ooh, oil's coming down, huh? That's odd because oil itself is up, right? Ooh, ooh, look at that. Ooh, big sell in oil. I'm guessing they came together with some agreements to cut back production. Hmm, interesting. For COP. Down they go. Stage 4 decline. I'm just playing with you, bro. It's all right, man. I got to smash on somebody time to time. Let's see. One time I did that, and it was a personal friend of mine, and I didn't know that was his Instagram account. He was like on a second Instagram account. It's all butthurt. Like, dude, nobody even knows who you are. Thanks. I'm waiting for Apple to drop after this. Yeah, let's look at Apple. Oh, well, hope if I could type. Woo! 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 Look at this. All right, so, wow. You know, and the new book I've been working on for a minute is all about using the money flow with the 200. Wow, look how, man, Apple's trading the pattern perfect. Look at this. Sideways, down, sideways, up, sideways, down, sideways, up. Holy shit. That is absolutely perfect. So now you sell some. And you don't have to sell it all, but if you're trading it, take that bad boy down. If you're buying, holding it, what you would do here is nothing. Like, you got to wait. You want to be a buy as a buy and holder. As a buy and holder, I think you can see if you would just have patience, you're buying these, right? And so if we back this up, and this is how I would approach my buy and hold account. And so in a buy and hold account, damn, you want the market to sell off. It's the only time I get a chance to buy, man. Right? So I'm looking to buy all the bottoms. And people say, well, you can't pick the bottom. I can pick all of them. They all look the same. They all fall down and they come up. So get a little tricky in here. And look at this. So this one was just obvious, man. This one is just obvious. And look where it's stopping, dude. Come on, man. Look at that. Once it blew through this one, right? So I would have, if I was swing trading it, I would have told you to sell some right here. Why? Previous high, right? Previous high. And then where would I say it would go? Next previous high, which is exactly where it's stopping. Wow. I mean, it amazes me. Still to this day, I get amazed. And I still have people who don't believe me or will tell me better ways. And I'm like, yeah, you do not have a better way, man. There's nothing you're doing that's better. I promise you. You might think it is. You might get lucky for a minute, but there is nothing you're doing that consistently over the lifetime of a trader or an investor that does better. Nothing. Period. Nothing. Nothing. There is nothing. Now you might drop down. We could drop. Let's go down to like a. Start on it. Maybe that's your game. All right. You could play that game. And the way, here's how I used to day trade, man. I would go to the daily, use Apple as an example. And I would use, when I first was starting to figure out the money flow, and I was still insisting on trying to day trade because there's the gambler in me. and I'd wait for these stage 1 setups. And when I'd get this stage 1, right, and it looked like we were about to have a stage 2 breakout, I'd start looking for those breakouts on that early time frame. And then, once it broke out, now I'm only looking for trades to the upside, right? That's it. That's the direction. So on this, for the last, what, 1 month, been straight up. So if we came over here to depending on the time frame you're going to use, 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 hour. I used to use the 1 hour a lot. Pull the 1 hour up. And you'll find different time frames work better on different stocks. And then I'm only looking for breakouts above the 20. That's it. And then when that RSI, I'm telling you, this is how I would day trade. So I'd figure out the pattern on the day chart. And then I would be looking for breakouts. Right? I'm looking for the breakouts. And I'm watching them in live time. So as they break out, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm trying to do it in the now this one just sets up perfect, but they're not all like this. But I'm doing it in the direction of the trend on the daily. So any counter moves to the opposite, I'm using as a setup. Meaning, so if on the daily it's an uptrend and I get tick down, tick down, tick down, tick down, tick down, what am I looking for? I'm looking for that breakout. Boom, I'm long. Now, when am I if you're day trading, you got to get out. So when do I want to take it off? RSI is hitting that extreme. So boom, I take it off. What happens? It pulls back. Boom, I buy the breakout. When am I taking it off? When the RSI goes extreme. Right? Boom, right in there. But it takes big money because you got to buy big ass positions, man. And you can only trade one thing, man. If you're trying to day trade, unless you just have an enormous sum of money, you can only track so many too, right? So I would run 3 or 4 monitors. I'd be tracking 3 or 4 stocks waiting on that breakout, man. And if the market got uncertain, so like say the Qs, I would do nothing. I'm not trading any Qs, man. It's getting ready to possibly sell off. So to me, that would be GP. You like any financials, don't hear much about them because it's fucking boring. Zach, you want to sit up in here and talk about financials? Well, the EBITDA of the gross sales are... Nobody's listening to that bullshit. Nobody's going to sit and listen to me talk about gross sales and margin compression and blah, blah, blah. And nobody wants to hear that, man. Fucking boring, dude. So if you're into that, that's cool. I mean, I read on all that stuff, but no, I mean, what are we going to do on a chart? I just want a whole bunch of geeky follow. It'll be like 1,000 people that like talking about financial statements. That'll be a fun crowd to party with. So we can outsource that so that we have cooler friends. And look, they say it's worth 158. Now, these dudes know more than I do. He said the sector's not the numbers. Yeah, for sure. Watch. Let's see. Let me show you something here. This is what I'm filming about today, man. So if you come over here in stock charts, you're going to see I have all these charts, these folders set up. And if you look, stocks under $10, 3X funds. Did you know there's about 1,000 of them? So if we click that, it'll show you all the 3X funds that I track every day, right? So look at these. There's a bunch of them. So these are 3X funds. You can trade sectors, right? But if you look, we got ARK funds. So let's look at ARK. And then we got all the individual stocks that make up ARK. So we can let old Kathy do the research for us, and then we just pick off the ones that are cheap. Let's see. Bellwethers. This is 100 stocks that do not go out of business. Look at these names. Bank of America, Encore. These are 100 baddest ass companies in the world. American Tobacco, Budweiser, Citibank, Crown Castle, Clorox, Cummins. These Campbell's Soup, Cisco, these are the backbone of America. They're not that sexy though. CVS, Chevron, Deere. Look at this digital reality like Edison Electric, Eaton, General Dynamics, Gilead, Hasbro, Honeywell, look at this list. JP Morgan, Kroger's. These are the baddest ass companies in America. These ones have paid a dividend for like 25 years. I mean, well, a couple of them in and out because of bank. But these are bellwether stocks. Unilever. These are stocks Williams Sonoma, Waste Management. Like these are like it's just no fail kind of stocks, man. So I just scan them looking in. What am I looking for? Shit on sale, right? What's another one? Oh, boot camp plays. That was when we were doing the boot camp. Let's see. China plays, crypto list, defensive stocks, dividend kings. So if you come over here, these are stocks very similar to that other list that pay fat, juicy dividends and have no problems paying them. So I like to keep an eye on them. Said, do I have these lists? No, but we're working. I'm showing you how to set them up. I might set that up. Maybe I'll give you the list. I got to figure out an automated way to do that. Dogs of the Dow. So if we look at Dogs of the Dow, then when we come up here, put in, just put SDIVs on sale. Come over here and you go to Dogs of the Dow. Click it. Click view all, right? So as we view all, now there's 10. There's only 10, right? Chapter 10 of the free ebook. So as I scan them, where am I looking to buy these? Here, 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 right? Down. Is this a buy? That's not exciting. Chevron's coming down. Dow, now this is getting exciting, right? This is coming into a zone, so I'm looking at adding to this. Look, sideways up, sideways down, sideways, possibly another leg down. So Dow's on my watch list, right? To add to that position. IBM. Look, Coca-Cola's coming back. So my point is now you can keep an eye on these, right? And try to figure out which ones you want to add to. Like Verizon. Verizon's setting up real nice right now. So you're watching these. Look at Walgreens. Walgreens should be on your list. Where's it stopping? Right, where it stopped before. So, but it hasn't put in a box yet, right? So this is on my watch list. So what else could we have? Dividend Kings, Dow 30. This is the individual Dow stock. So I like to scan through and see what's going on inside the Dow. And I don't do all of these every day, but I do a lot of them every day. I read Barron's a lot. So as I come across shit that Barron's talks about, I drop it in there. All the indexes, different index funds. So what would that be? Let's see. Bitcoin, travel index, Germany, Dow, Ethereum, water index, video game index, junior miners, gold, hack, security. Inside of these ETFs are security plays. Heroes, these are sports video games, biotech, home construction, small caps, the Russells. Look, this just goes on and on and on and on and on. These are all the different subsectors. There's like 240 something subsectors. And we can't watch all of this shit. But a lot of this stuff is all within inside together, right? Like oil stocks, gold stocks. What else we got? Industry indexes. This one's interesting. So this, if you pull up the chart, it'll be the banking index, the biotechnology index, disk drive index, Dow Jones, REITs, pharmaceuticals, and this is just a composite index. So as I scan through these, I'm like looking for which ones show opportunity. I'm going to assume right now, oil's selling off. So, that may be of some use. IPOs, that's where I put them. Keep an eye on them. M1, this here is something new I've been working on, this M1 finance. This is 25 stocks that average dividend yield is 5% that are solid. Most of these are funds. I have all of these inside of one finance. So any money that drops in there produces a 5% return. It's spread equally among all of these funds or stocks. So very interesting. I've been spending a lot of time with this recently. Western asset emerging market debt. Like this is pretty interesting. Me. Margin account. So I do trade on margin. These are the stocks in my margin account. Morningstar, shit they've said. Stuff in my newsletter. Pet stocks. I've been keeping an eye on a bunch of different pet stocks. And then my individual portfolios, right? So if I go to my portfolio, like I could click here. Then it's going to show. So these are the stocks inside of my actual buy and hold portfolio, right? So I can watch these. And what am I looking for? I want to add to these on stage ones, most likely. Let's see. So I run 5 different accounts. So I got portfolio 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are buy and holds. Q, I have like the top 50 stocks inside the Q in there. Real estate plays, small cap pharmaceuticals, provider. And then these are actual ones that I'm in trades on. Then I'll have the list. That's a lot of sorting and selecting. I mean, this takes a long time to put all this together, right? So if you're trading with me in the money flow and you want any of these, if you just hit me up, I can email them to you. And you can too. See where it says send to a friend? If they're using stock charts, you just put their email in and they'll get an email. And when they click it, it allows them to import this list into theirs. So if you're using stock charts, this kind of shit I'm talking about in the new course is how to use stock charts to help you with money flow. Then you'll have these lists available to you. Then as I come across shit, like you might have a watch list. If you guys say, hey, Gerald, check this stock out. If it looks good when I first look at it, I'll put it into this list here. And I'll come back to it later. A lot of people know more about stock charts on some shit than I do. If you put a asterisk before the word portfolio, it will take them to show first. Interesting. Did not know that. Very cool, man. Let's see. New 18. Yeah, I'm long AT&T. Let's see. I mean, it looks like it was starting to break out, but I think the market's a little warm here. I do some options. I think options is a great way to lose all your money. So all you guys that want to do options, I guess you don't like money because you're going to lose it all at some point. Everyone I've ever met who trades options at some point loses all their money. I shouldn't say everyone. There's a few outliers. Most of you guys will just lose your money. Now, if you know a lot, if you could sit down with me and you know more than I do, then you should trade options. If you don't know more than I do, don't trade options. Because I know a lot and I barely trade them. I use them as salt and pepper. So if a certain trade sets up and I think it's a no-brainer, can't fucking lose, I'm 100% convinced about this trade, I'll buy options. Like it's a no-brainer. If it's not a no-brainer, why would I risk my money on options? So, I mean, that's just me. And I know there's people that disagree with me and they're broke. So whatever. And when you have guys that claim they're killing it with options, good. Let me see your tax returns. Because if it's on your tax returns, I'll believe you. I never get anybody that volunteers to show me. I'll show you mine. They're all on there. All those houses, E-Trade, like it's all there. You can't hide it. They report it to the IRS, so there's no hiding it. Okay. One thing about trading is you can't hide it. It's right there, man. So it just depends. I do my best to keep people away from options. I know some of you guys love it. I know the Wealth Squad loves options. Okay. Okay. All I can say, okay. Let's see. Wish has already been hot though, hasn't it? This has been a meme stock, right? Wish got picked up in the whole thing with that stuff, man. 50% upside, dude. These analysts love it, man. Yes, so Chris's buddy, Kai, is pretty good. Yeah, well, I call bullshit till I see the tax return. It's just me personally. Chris is a friend of mine. Sure, his buddy is legit, but let's look at the tax return. The tax return shows it, then you have to give it up to him. If it doesn't show it, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I like Wish. I don't know much about the stock though, to be honest. I know it's been controversial. Probably one to keep an eye on. You know, they come back to those meme stocks. The meme stock hits. You want to let it sell off and then get back in it. That's how you want to do it. Don't chase it. Let it come back. And here's a perfect example. So Wish explodes out of this stage one. And then look, now it's pulling back and you could get back in. His buddy was on Forbes. Man, get the fuck out of here. You can pay to be on Forbes. Every day they hit me up. Gerald, do you want to be on Forbes? Do you want to be on Fox News? Do you want to be on Yahoo Finance? We can do it. Give us $5,000 and we'll put you on. For $5,000, I could buy my way into guru status. Shit, I could talk at Harvard. Did you know that? Come on, guys. You didn't know that? They come to me all the time with this bullshit. $5,000, they'll put me on Fox News. For $25,000, I can take a picture with Grant Cardone in his office. And we claim that he is my friend if I give him $50,000. If I give him $50,000. On the cover, hell yeah. Now, that may be true. I don't know his buddy, so, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, be careful of Jim Cramer's on TV, and he's wrong a lot. Don't you? I'm gonna start posting these little requests I get all the time. The guy that manages a bunch of big time influencers accounts, helps them with their Instagram. Some of these traders that I probably shouldn't even mention their name, Richard, and they help them with their accounts. They come to me all the time. Gerald, we could blow you up. I say, go fuck yourself. You're lying. Liars. So I don't know, man. I don't trust anybody until I see the tax returns. Now, that could just be between me and them. I used to get guys all the time. They hit me up. Hey, man, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I say, hey, cool. Hey, you got a pen? They say, yeah. I say, hey, here's my fax number. And I give them my fax number. They say, what's this for? I say, I need you to send me the bottom part of your tax return so I know we're all on the same page. And then they go, oh, well, we write off. That's cool. Just show me the write-offs in. I understand that. I make more than I claim to. I get it. Little off topic, but you should ask about getting verified before people steal your identity. Hey, Garrett, it doesn't work that way, bro. You can't just ask. There's a little button on there and they don't do shit. So you fill it out and nothing happens. You got to know people. Right? See the tax return, baby. If they're talking big shit, I'm not saying on everybody you buy their book. Like, I'm not just sending strangers my tax return. But I'm talking about before you do deals with people, before you really believe some shit they're putting out. Like, if you're about to make a real investment in with someone or a partnership or something like that, I would ask to see their tax returns. That's just me. I mean, why not? Why not? That's it, man. I'm going to go. Appreciate you guys. Got some cool shirts out now, so we get to look cool while we're wearing them. If you send me, if you get one, you wear it, send me a picture. I'll put you on my story. Okay. Hopefully we've got some lady shirts coming soon, very soon, very soon. All right, man. You guys be good. All right, YouTube. Anybody ask anything? Are you still in alt? Yes, I'm still in alt. I like alt. And it keeps going lower. So obviously some problems there. Now I haven't sold it. I don't typically participate in these big downdraft. You know, when you get these big sell-offs like this, I usually have a 3-day rule. I kind of wait to see what's going on. 1, 2, 3, we're still down. Need to do a little more research on it. I like the company. I like what they're working on. It just biotechs, these things fall through, they get smashed, man. ATM. Is that thing coming down? Oh, I thought you were talking about the stock. I was thinking A. I'll say that stock's going up. Let's see. Have you seen trades in UAV? Argo Aerial Systems. It's like a drone thing or something. Like that though. Chart. Let's do save as stocks under UAVs. Ooh, got no analyst coverage, huh? These are tough with no analyst coverage, man. I play with them sometimes, and if you can get an analyst that starts covering it, a lot of times that'll rocket the stock up. These are tough. Keep it small. Just finished. You don't have to die broke. Thanks, Gerald. Great read. Time to money flow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And pre-order. Yeah, appreciate it. Instagram annoys me, man. Yeah, it does. It's hard. You can't talk freely on there, man. They get so pissy about. I'm a moderator in the Wealth Squad. Oh, that's cool. Don't mind some of these kids in there. They're probably 90-day traders. Yeah, you guys have a lot of members though, so that's always, you're gonna need a bunch of moderators. Try to keep the money flow small enough that we really don't need, so then 1 or 2 people to moderate. Yeah, on that. Let me see if I have it up. On the getting started with stock charts. Now, a lot of this stuff, a lot of you guys are gonna know. If you like me, I buy lots of trading books, and nowadays, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't learned anything, and I don't mean it to sound arrogant or anything. It's just after you've read and 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 watched and watched and read and watched and read, like you start finding very few new things that you didn't already know, and that's okay. Like Dave Ramsey puts out a book, I get it, and eventually I read it. Every once in a while, I get one thing, and one thing, man, is really helped me. So I might say one thing in this video that maybe you've missed, and that one thing could change your trading, and then it would make it well worth it, right? So that's usually what I'm looking for in a book or a course, is usually just one thing. I mean, I haven't bought a real estate course in years. I probably should start doing that again. I'm sure things have changed now in a lot of, I've been looking in New Orleans, and the state operates differently than my state. So obviously I should be doing some reading. So the way I've structured this is just starting off with the obvious. See this picture? Isn't that cool? Oh, there's a time delay here. Whenever I'm walking, I watch around for things that relate to the stock market. And look at this, says chart room. How crazy is that? It's just on the side of a building. It's a chart room. That picture of me and said space. I'm just walking along, and there's a thing that says space. So I know this sounds crazy, but I'm always looking for like messages, I know that sounds crazy, but so I took that picture. Anyway, we start out with the most basic shit. You have to decide if you're going to trade candlesticks or bars. I use bars. And then we go from there, man. And a lot of this you're going to know. But then we start trying to dig in, and I start trying to show you how I use stock charts, how I do fold. Most of this stuff you probably know a lot of, but then I'm trying to throw in just the trading strategy on top of all that stuff. Like, And my thoughts on the moving averages, how to actually use them, how to think about them. It's not just price breaking above it. It's also their relation to each other. What are the moving averages doing when the indicators are extreme? Where is the, like, all of these things come together like a soup, you know? And as you begin to do it, you can read it faster. This is pretty cool. I show you some old shit from the old books, how they used to do these by hand. They would calculate by hand and then take that number and then plot it onto a graph chart. And you would hand draw charts, man. Crazy, right? But when I first started trading, I met dudes doing that. Or what they were leftovers, old guys still doing that. There's a cool link in the book here. If you click this, it takes you to a page where you can just see literally every day of the Dow Jones for the last 100 years. It's pretty cool. You could put in like when you were born, when your kid was born, like you could see how the money would multiply. Pretty neat. I like doing that a lot. We talk some about the Federal Reserve and we get into some whiteboard. I did one yesterday. I was going to post it on Instagram and then I saved it for this book here. And it was me going through, let me find it. Oh, trading around dividend stocks. So that has nothing to do with chart reading, but I'm just trying to add some extra stuff to this. And it was, once you're familiar with charts and understand the 4 stages of price movement, you can confidently identify as stage 1 or stage 2 entry points. Dividend investing will never be the same. You will welcome sell-off so that you can buy more dividend income on sale. Page 18 of the Peers Report, I share my buy and hold dividend portfolio and play in this game every day with that portfolio. So we go through this chart here of, I take you through like 2 years of Exxon, where the dividends came, stage 1s, and where you'd be today if you just stuck with it, compounding those dividends, buying those stage 1s, and you know, it's fascinating. So then if you take that and you extrapolate it over 8 or 9, 10 stocks, and today you could literally just buy 1 share, 2 shares. You couldn't do that in the past. So the game has changed recently, in my opinion. And then some resources. You can still pre-order that. I'm going to take it down. I'm going to try to have it done by Friday. So it used to be in the Well Squad. Thoughts on Gula. That's a cool name. Gula. I'm saying that right. Gula. Let's see. Yeah, man, we're trying to figure out the international thing. International is so complicated. I ship my books international. It is $26 fucking dollars to ship a book overseas. You know, and it's like, damn. And then it takes a month. So by the time I ship it, I got to charge you $26, and then I got to answer 8 emails. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm like, I don't know. It's been mailed. Yeah, man. Hope you guys have a good day. That's where we're at. That's all we got. Keep an eye on the Qs. They are overbought. See what happens. Looks like we've turned negative. So hopefully we just hang in here and we just move sideways. That's what best we can hope for. That's your anchor point, though. That's your anchor point. Now we look to move sideways. So I'm going to assume from here forth, we're in a stage 3. So this should be stage 3, and we should start to see sideways movement. Something bad happens in the market, we come down. But we know if we do come down, we're just going to come down to that 340 level probably, which is good, right? We're playing this game for life, man, forever. So even if you're under in some positions, it's all right. As long as they're good companies, we're going to get it back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's see. $26. Oh, man, they're all coming down, bro. So just give this a minute. That was a big move up too, though. That's a big move from here to here. Doesn't look like it on this chart, but that is a big move. I'm in VLDR. I've sold nothing. I've trimmed some things, but I haven't sold anything. Stock's coming down, huh? I like VLDR. I don't want to get rid of these. And I guess you could. I like these companies, so I would, and we're below the 200. I would use any of this. I wouldn't buy here, but I would wait and I would use it to pick up more shares, man. But that's definitely a stage 4 decline. XLI. Yeah, industrials. And then where's XLU? Yeah, baby. We're on that one. So the UTSL is one of our trades going right now. That should move up. So as the market moves down, we want to look for things that are moving up. Right? We got bonds moving up, right? So utilities should move up. Hopefully they move up. And gold versus UGL should move up. AUY. Come on, man. I'm picking up on this stock. Franco Nevada's breaking out. What is going on with AUY, man? Hopefully it'll play catch up, man. Yeah, that I trimmed TMF. I got 80% of the trade still on, so we'll just let it run, man. We'll let it run. And then we'll look to take some off on the stage 3. If it starts to go sideways, trim it some more and get down to about half a position. Let that bitch come back down, and then we'll load it back up. We'll push for a higher run, man. That's my plan on that. And Uber. There's Uber. And don't let this freak you out on Uber. Any under $50, Uber's a buy. You know, if we break this zone at 48, this support, don't buy. Let it come down to this. That means that tells me it's going to 44. I am not selling any Uber. I am buying it. I am unreasonably long Uber right now. Very large position for me for a trading size. So, that BLD, I would be okay with that BLD. Let's see what the analysts say. Oh, I put in the wrong thing. B. What was that? BLD. Okay, BLD. Help if I could. 30% upside. I love this. This guy upgraded it to a hold. You get upgraded to a hold. If you're upgrading it, what did you have it on, a sell? So you went from sell to hold. So where's the buy part? Like, I don't even make sense. Do you care about short-term versus long-term capital gains, or do you just let the money flow do its thing and exit when you want to? Good question. I think you need to answer that based on the type of account and the way you're trading. So let's say you're, you know, if it's a buy and hold account, you're buying stage 1's, taxes don't really come into play. You're just buying, right? You buy, that's it. If I'm trading, you know, most of the stocks I'm trading, I trade around. If you want to be a trader, you're going to pay taxes. That's just the way it works. That's why I said, if somebody's legit, then you say, hey, cool, let me see your tax return. You can't hide it, because if you've made money trading in a brokerage account, it gets reported, right? So there's a section on your return for money made trading, and you can see that. That's what got Bonds, that Bonds dude in trouble. The Jason Bond stock picks. Jason Bond paid to be on Forbes, paid to be at Talk at Harvard, paid to be on Yahoo Finance, paid to be next to Grant Cardone, paid to talk with Damon John from Shark Tank. He spent all this money to make himself an influencer, and then he claimed to be killing it in the stock market. Well, on his tax return, he was fucking losing money. He had lost money 3 years in a row trading stocks. 3 consecutive years in a row had losing returns on his tax return. But he's on Instagram saying he made all this money. And he's all on all these social media platforms looking like a baller, flying around in fucking jets and houses, right? And he's actually losing money. And so he's making his money selling picks that didn't work based on lifestyle. So people are looking at his lifestyle and making the decision to buy his picks based on what he's flying in. Call me weird, man. I like to see the work. I want to see the grind, and that's what impresses me. I don't give a fuck what you drive or live in. That shit can all be rented. Women with you. I want to see what you do. Nobody's watching. Like, let me see what time you get up. What are you looking at? What are you doing? That's what I want to see. You care about. So that's my thought on all. Not overly impressed with flashy people. Now, If you're doing both, be flashy. If you're working, be flashy. That's fine. Let's see. That's it, man. You guys be good.